Verderame, 7 playoff teams in the AFC. Go.
Division winners: Buffalo, Cleveland, Tennessee, Kansas City, and the wild card teams: the Chargers, the Ravens, the Patriots.
Who are you? The Patriots. Wow. Okay. Who are you most concerned
They have changed
about?
my mind. I like what I've seen from Mac Jones. I did not love their offseason, but I like Jones. And Belichick is just like, it was even a remotely competent quarterback. Belichick will get them to the playoffs.
Okay. So is that your least confident pick?
Yes. I debated between them, Miami, and Pittsburgh.
Okay. All right. I got the Chiefs, the Titans. I guess I'll go with the Browns because I just said Myles Garrett will be my MVP. So let's stay consistent here. And Buffalo. And then my wild cards are, oh boy, let's see here. I will take the Ravens. I will take, oh boy, I'll take the Chargers. And I'll take Pittsburgh.
You've been fading the Browns all off season. You gutless coward. And now you're picking them to
I just picked them to win what I'm considering a bad AFC North.
You think it's a bad division?
I think it's bad in that I don't buy the Browns as a legit Super Bowl contender. And I just think they're all nice and cute, but and competitive. But I don't look at them like I look at Kansas City and Buffalo and even Tennessee.
Okay.
Like I would slot those 1, 2, 3, and then we can play with the North. So
Tennessee's my dark horse, man. Their front seven is a lot better than people realize. And I'll tell you, offensively, like I have concerns as to how it all fits together because that's been a run first team and now is it a pass first team. But man, if they figure that out offensively, the team find me a better trio of skill position players in the league.
Right.
Like that team is no joke offensively. Now, I don't think they're Kansas City or Buffalo. I don't even know if they're Cleveland because I got to see it all come together. That's a lot of moving parts. But if it comes together, I could easily see them being like a 12-win team and being a team that you're talking about as a Super Bowl contender come Thanksgiving.
I think I am guilty of hearing a lot of people talk positive about the Browns and doubting myself. So I need to stay with me. I need to believe in me. And I need to stick with the fact that even though I just picked the Browns to win a division, that's all I'm willing to do. Cleveland, I love your fans. I love your franchise. I love everything about the Browns. Honestly, I do. It's just the fact that you have the color of your helmet is brown. That's what you do. You're the Browns. You've got Jim Brown. I love you, but I just think I can't get there with Baker.
The helmet's orange, but we digress.
Yeah, close enough. All right. I mean, that works for me. It's not. It's in the neighborhood. All right. NFC 7 playoff teams. Verderame, go.
Okay. Divisions. Washington. I've debated this forever. I'm going on the record. Washington, Green Bay, Tampa Bay. I'm taking Seattle in the West. I think you could go any which way there. I'm taking the best quarterback. Okay. I'm taking the continuity. I'll take Wilson. The Rams and the 49ers are my top 2 wildcard teams. And then, holy hell, throw a dart. Between Minnesota, Dallas, New Orleans, maybe even Carolina and Arizona, any of those teams, I will take Minnesota, and I'm terrified of doing it because I can see that team going 6-11 with all the crap they've had this offseason, but I'll take them.
All right, here we go. Yep, I'm doing it right here, right now. Dallas, let's go. Dak, you're back. Stay healthy. I'm going to take the Cowboys in the East. I'll take the Packers in the North, the Bucks in the South, and I'm buying it. Let's go. Come on, Matthew Stafford. Give me the Rams. Give me Aaron Donald. I will go for the high-end belief that Stafford was screwed by Detroit and finally on a good roster with underrated receivers, and I'll take the Rams. Now, my wild cards, I'm going off the board here. I'm going Arizona. Let's go, Kyler Murray.
Okay.
I'll be bold in life, right? You want it? Here's maybe my boldest pick. Let's go, Carolina. Come on.
I almost picked them, man. If Darnold's good, they're interesting.
Right. Sam Darnold, I don't feel great about picking you, but you're very interesting. I'm rooting for you. Let's prove the same philosophy with Stafford. You got out of New York, and all of a sudden Carolina's going to be a lot more friendly to you. And then from there, wow.
Come on, say it.
Nah, boy.
You have the guts.
I'm making a lame pick. And I'll take the Seahawks slipping in. Three in the West, and it's straight dogging of the 49ers.
So no Niners.
Yeah, that's a
Okay.
that's a hardcore dog. And some people think that, like, I've at least, well, some people. I was listening to sports talk radio the other day nationally, and someone's like, Jimmy Garoppolo's going to win the MVP this year. He's been pushed by Trey Lance. I'm like,
that's aggressive. Come on. And I like the Niners a lot, by the way, but that's aggressive.
Right. I mean, that's fading San Francisco is my most bold play here, and I don't know. I don't feel like I have a great reason to do it other than Jimmy's always hurt, and I refuse to jump on Trey Lance coming in and saving the day. So worst quarterback in the division, therefore you go to 4. That's how the NFL works nowadays in general, but that Niners defense is legit. All right, Super Bowl predictions. Let's go.
All right. So I have never, ever, in all the years I've covered the NFL, all the years being 7, I've never picked a rematch. That ends here. I think for the first time since Super Bowls 27 and 28, there will be a rematch. It will be Kansas City and Tampa. They, to me, are clearly the 2 best teams in football. And, of course, injuries are going to affect that, either for better or worse in terms of their fortunes. But I can't pick any other way, man. I just can't. Tampa is the most talented team in football, I think. Kansas City is second or third, and they have a god of a player at quarterback. I hear the argument of, well, they don't have weapons behind Kelsey and Hill that scare you. Yeah, I mean, that's fine. Those guys are 2 Hall of Fame talents with a Hall of Fame quarterback throwing at them with a Hall of Fame coach calling the plays. They're okay. Like, if that's your biggest concern, I think you're all right. I go rematch, man. I think Green Bay's got a shot. I think Buffalo's got a shot. But in the end, that's who I see getting there. Who's going to win? Who's healthier? Whoever's healthier. If you said to me, everybody's healthy, I'll take Kansas City. I think in the end, with that offensive line, I just think they're the best team. But who's healthier? That's what it came down to last year. I think we'll see the same thing again.
All right. I'll stick with your Chiefs. I'm not going Tampa, as I have made that point about 1,000 times now. So out of the NFC, I guess I'm going to ride with them all the way to the Super Bowl. Let's go, Matthew Stafford. Let's go, Rams. Let's go, Aaron Donald. And let's make it a really, really great story and just an absolute disaster of a abomination of an underlining of how bad the Detroit Lions franchise is. Stafford and the Rams to the Super Bowl to compete against Patrick Mahomes, by the way, with the Chiefs winning it.
Okay. I had the Rams all the way to the NFC title game when I picked the games in the beginning of the season, or the beginning when the schedule came out. So the Rams were really interesting, man. Like, there are a few teams that are more top heavy than the Rams, but if they stay healthy, they got a lot of talent.
There, no doubt. And I don't know. It's really interesting to me because how much does playing, moving from one organization to another, it's the back end of his prime of being maybe even.
By the way,
yeah.
If the Rams get there and the Chiefs get there, it's the second time in a row the Chiefs will be playing a true road game in the Super Bowl.
I forgot about that. Yeah, excellent point.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Never happened before, and now you're building it. And as someone who's rooting for the Chiefs, like, of course that would be how it goes. But interesting.
Let's flip over to the other side. First coach fired this year. Who do you got?
You just picked the Cardinals to make the playoffs. I'm going to go off the board, as you like to say. Kingsbury. They've had a quick trigger on coaches in the past. Steve Wilkes only got a year. They've had some situations like that. Now, Kingsbury's his 3rd year. If they don't start out well, I could see it. Now, their schedule. So here are their first 8 games: at Tennessee, home to Minnesota, at Jacksonville should win, at the Rams, home to the Niners, at Cleveland, home to Houston, they obviously should win, home to the Packers, at the Niners. Those are their first 9 games. I mean, there's a world where they're 3-6. And I like the Cardinals. I think they're just in the wrong division. But Kingsbury's not been a very good coach. I was going to say Fangio, but look at their schedule. The first 3 weeks of the year, they're playing the Jets, the Giants, and Jacksonville. So I think they'll be off to a good enough start. And then, look, the elephant in the room here is Gruden. But he's got $100 million on that contract. They're not walking away from him midway through year 4, right? So I defy you. Like, who's the guy? All the teams that are wretched, they all have new head coaches. Detroit, Jacksonville, Houston. If you want to throw Atlanta in that mix, the Jets. I mean, the Bengals are interesting, but the Bengals are so damn cheap. I cannot imagine them eating a cent of money on Zach Taylor's contract. So I will go a little bold. I'll say Cliff Kingsbury.
So for the reasons that you just underlined, I am going against the grain again here, at least my own grain, because I love Vic Fangio. But the reality is that he's 12-20 in his first 2 seasons. They've had a ton of tough losses. But the reason why I'm picking Fangio is because they do have, on paper, at least a very, very easy start to the season. But you lose those games,
oh, then it's over.
Then you can lose your job. So the Giants on the road, that's a coin flip this Sunday, 325. And then you go to Jacksonville, you lose that one. Vic Fangio. So they are 2 road games. You are going east to play them. Or you even split those 2, and then let's say you lose to the Jets at home. Vic Fangio. So I'm saying Teddy comes in here, doesn't play great. They lose. He plays okay. They lose some 17-16 tight game to the Giants. They somehow Trevor goes nuts. They lose to Jacksonville, and then Vic's see you later. He's out the door.
I think Denver's the ultimate 8-9 win team. I just think. You look at their schedule, and there's no real like the first 3 games they have to win those, because then they have Baltimore, Pittsburgh on the road, Baltimore at home. And then the Raiders at home should probably win. They could lose at the Browns. They don't play Kansas City until December 5th. They're at the Chargers January 2nd. So a lot of these games, look, they could win 9 games. But I will agree with you on that. If they start poorly, like if they somehow go 1-2 in those first 3 games, and then they lose to Baltimore and Pittsburgh, there's absolutely a scenario where they go, hey, Pat Shermer was a head coach once upon a time. Here you go, Pat. You finish the rest of the season out. But I can't. That's where I was going to go initially, but I just saw the schedule and said, they'll get off to a good enough start. He'll be able to ride it out. But I think this is probably his last year if they don't make the playoffs.
Vic, I'm rooting for you. Just want you to know that I know you're a big listener, Stack in the Box. I loved you in Chicago. It was painful when you left. You should have been made the head coach. All that. It's not your fault, but the NFL is a ruthless business. You've never been a head coach before. You're 12-20 after 2 years. I don't. It could go south.